Mr. Babin. The chair next recognizes Congressman Wittman for 5 minutes of questions.
Well, thank you, Madam Chair. I appreciate the opportunity to speak as a co-lead for H.R. 4294, the Mitigation Action in Waterman Support, or better known as the MOS Act, with my friend from Maryland, Ms. Elfreth. This bill is long time in coming, trying to find ways for us to utilize the blue catfish, which has become an invasive species. It started off as a recreational game fish with an opportunity for recreational fishermen, but quickly turned into an animal that has adapted to many different environments, displacing many of the more desired species there like striped bass, but also becoming a vacuum cleaner, unfortunately, for other species that we value in the bay, especially species like the blue crab. It's unbelievable. I had a chance to go out on an electroshocking trip on the James River, and I was astounded having gone through school, done a number of electroshocking trips myself as a major in biology, a minor in fisheries science. I was beside myself. I'd never seen this density of any sort of fish anywhere. Literally, the water exploded with blue catfish when they turned the electricity on the boat. The surveys that have been done show up to 550 fish per hectare. That is absolutely incredible. Another study found that there are 20 million blue catfish in the James River, 20 million, as opposed to 145,000 adult striped bass. What has a chance against 20 million catfish? We want to make sure that we are creating that balance in the ecosystem. Catfish make up more than 75% of the biomass in parts of the bay. That is an ecosystem that is out of balance, folks. We want to make sure that we are utilizing blue catfish in a way that provides value to fishermen, provides value in balancing the ecosystem and getting the right balance of fish there, making sure we don't have undue predation on the species that we value. You know, we're looking at blue crab population surveys there, and we see, unfortunately, on a yearly basis that blue crabs are not recovering. The question is what's changing? You know, the environmental conditions are there for blue crabs to continue. If you look at spawning biomass, it's there. Something must be happening. Where's the mortality happening? I think a lot of folks, in looking at stomach content surveys, I've cut open a lot of fish in my day and done stomach content analysis, and I can tell you folks that fish like blue catfish, it's amazing what's in their stomachs, and blue crabs is part of that. So the challenge for us is how do we find a way to make sure we're properly utilizing this species? And I want to applaud Ms. Elfreth for her creative thinking to say, you know, we look at human consumption, but let's look at other ways to use this as a source of protein for other needs, and increasing market demand and recreational interest, especially in the realm of feeding our pets. Now listen, there are many, many cat lovers out there that want to make sure that their cats are fed high quality protein, and guess what? We have a solution for that. We're going to make sure that cats get to have that connection with catfish. And what a great connection it is to make sure we're utilizing those catfish for cat food. It is a high quality food. It's a great opportunity to utilize an overabundance of these species. It's a great opportunity for us to make sure that we are helping commercial fishermen who are always looking for another opportunity there to utilize the species that benefits them, benefits the community, and benefits many. This bill would allow that to happen. As I've talked to local fishermen, they are excited about that. My son is a commercial fisherman. He says, Dad, let's go. He's ready to get out there and help be part of this solution to catch these blue catfish. So what a great way for us to make sure we're creating that balance in the ecosystem there, that we're utilizing this species, making sure that there's a management of these species to where we don't have an overabundance, we don't have excess pressure on other species that we also value. And again, I want to encourage my colleagues to strongly support this legislation. I again want to thank Ms. Elfreth. Thank you so much for your creative thinking, for your thoughtfulness in making sure we find a way to create the balance in that wonderful water body that we all love, the Chesapeake Bay. And I want to thank her too for her partnership in the Chesapeake Bay Watershed Task Force. I look forward to moving the MOS Act as quickly as we can through the committee process and make sure we get it on the House floor to make sure it gets a quick and an uneventful passage. Madam Chairman, with that, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr.